Another temple, another market.
That's huge.
Allow us to reintroduce ourselves.
Our name is GoingGoing.BackBack.
In 2019, we had 3 kids under 5, a new minivan, and a house full of things.
With our eldest due to start school in a few months, we decided it was now or never to take an extended vacation. And so we set off to explore the world and be back in time for his first day.
We were several months into our trip when the pandemic hit and schools around the globe shut down.
It confirmed the idea that was already brewing in our minds, that there was no better classroom than the one our kids were already in, the world.
We sold our minivan, gave away everything that couldn't fit into a suitcase, and became full-time travelers.
Join us as we very slowly travel the world, going, back, back. Tickets for the Memorial Temple of Hatshepsut are sold on-site at the temple. They're 160 Egyptian pounds for adults, 80 Egyptian pounds for kids 6 and up, and free for kids 5 and under. Alright, they have a little model here, and it shows that there was a Sphinx Avenue leading up to the temple, trees, and there was also the temple of Thutmose III, which you really can't see anymore. There's also a tough ticket here. And you could walk up to the temple, but in the heat, it's nicer to ride the tough. Alright, we are at the Memorial Temple of Hatshepsut. The ticket here was 160 Egyptian pounds, which is $8, give or take. Hatshepsut was the queen king, so originally she was the regent to the infant king Thutmose III, but she eventually named herself Pharaoh, and there were depictions of her throughout the temple as Pharaoh with the beard. And as time progressed, she even started showing herself in a man's body as opposed to in the more feminine body that she was seen earlier in her reign. And one of the things I love about this memorial temple is it looks ridiculously modern. Like, it doesn't look like it fits with everything else, but it's ancient and it's fantastic. And the Polish archaeologists, they pieced it back together, the Sphinx of Hatshepsut. What you doing, buddy? So over here was the memorial temple of Thutmose III, and he built his higher and taller than that of his stepmother Hatshepsut. But it didn't withstand the test of time. Earthquakes and whatever other things occurred here knocked that all down, where hers is still in quite fantastic condition. And then down under there, they actually found a tomb that predates the temple that they're excavating. So in here we have a little Hathor chapel. And you can see the goddess at the top of the columns. Hi, girlies.
It's only one girl.
Oh, yeah?
It's only one of us. Yeah.
Oh. What's that behind you?
Nothing.
The goddess Hathor is sometimes seen depicted as a cow.
Who's in there? I see you.
Would you ever want to give it a 5-star or 0?
I'm in the Hathor Chapel at the Hatshepsut Temple. You can see they have these beautiful Hathor columns. So here's the depiction of Punt, which might have been ancient Eritrea or Ethiopia. You can see the wildlife is different. The trees are different than what was seen in Egypt. And the houses look like they're elevated on stilts with ladders to gain access. And then on the walls in here is the depiction of the voyage and the great ships that carried the Egyptians on their trading mission. Look at those gorgeous trees that are depicted there that still have hints of the green that they were colored with.
These next few scenes are from an earlier visit when we arrived at the temple right at 6 a.m. when it opens. You can see how beautiful the morning sunlight is and the complete lack of crowds at that time. In February 2023, it was announced that the northern and southern Amun chapels in the upper courtyard were being opened for public visitation. We're really excited to get back and see what these look like.
So, what'd you think?
So I was a little bit underwhelmed on this one, although I can appreciate the different style. So,
I absolutely understand why you're underwhelmed, but I love the drama of it being in this cliff face like this. And I love the drama of it being such a different style to all of the other temples around Luxor. And I love that you can see it from all the way across the river when it's lit up at night. And I imagine in ancient times that you could see it from, you know, a great distance as well on a clear day, particularly, you know, with no smog and no taller buildings and things. But I'm with you on the idea that the actual decorations that are left, the art that's left, is not the most striking of what we've seen for sure. I also like imagining what it was when there were trees and when all of these like Osiris pillars up there were complete. And I feel like it must have been really beautiful. Like, it's beautiful now, but I feel like it was lush and full of plants and fertile. Yeah. And that would have been something to see. Hey, Cricket, out of 10, what do you give Hatshepsut's memorial temple?
100.
Yeah? You like it as much as the Valley of the Kings?
Look, I give Valley of the Kings. These 150,000.
Okay.
And both these many.
Yeah, 10 out of 10 from Chi-Chi?
And 20.
And 1. Okay.
21.
Boys, what's your rating? Oh, damn. Okay.
Lisa, what do you think? 1 out of 10.
My house.
He said 2.
My house.
He said 2.
Mommy could get a
1 out
house.
of 10. What number?
Mommy, can you do it together out forever?
Together forever.
So he gives it 1.
Sounded like you gave
Dun,
it 2.
Hey!
All right, out of 10.
Out of 10 for this
Why did you
multiple?
make a top?
Give it about a
Out
4 and a
forever,
half.
Mom.
All right, okay.
So how forever?
For me, it gets a solid 8, maybe even a 9, because it's so out of the ordinary. I mean, not that anything in Egypt is ordinary, but it's so different from everything else you see in Egypt that I think it makes it something quite extraordinary. And to know her story as well, it makes it more fascinating again. But it's not got a lot of intact artwork. So it's a really dramatic facade. But there's not so much to see when you get up closer. It's 4:30 at the end of October. You see the sun's starting to set. The site closes at 5. Last tickets are sold at 4 o'clock. So there's not so many people right now. People are starting to filter out.
Thanks for watching Going, Back, Back.